It's Wednesday, May 9th, and I'm your host, Paula Hersey. On today's show, we learn more about Artworks, a mentorship program for the creative economy and high school students. We talk to Cape Cod Chamber CEO Wendy Northcross about some annual summer events, and we make a trip out to Marston's Mills to explore what is new at the transfer station. The weather today is still spring-like. Looks like we are on a streak. Partly cloudy. High today will be about 64. Winds light northeast at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Considerable cloudiness this evening with occasional rain, showers later at night. Low 46. Chance of rain is 50%. Let's start with some news you can use. We have some light evening reading for you on the town website. The fiscal year 2019 operating budget book is online. It includes a brief synopsis on the budget process, summaries on fiscal, enterprise funds, libraries, and more. This is a great document for you, the taxpayer, to understand how your town government services and programs are funded. The Town Council will be taking up these items at next week's meeting. Attend in person or watch live on Channel 18. The Cape and Islands Workforce Development Board Artworks program, which pairs up to 40 high school students with local working artists who serve as mentors, will have their annual gallery reception celebrating their work this evening at the Higgins Gallery at Cape Cod Community College. Carol Galvin tells us more about the program and its importance to the creative economy. Artworks is a wonderful program that has been developed over the years by the Workforce Development Board here on Cape Cod. With me today is Cara Galvin, and she is Director of Youth Services and runs this program and has really raised the bar over the years. It's grown exponentially. Cara, welcome.
Good morning.
So give our viewers just a short little synopsis of how this program came to be, and then we'll get into what it actually is.
Sure. The program is actually in its 21st year this year, and I would love to take all the credit for it, but I cannot. The program evolved 21 years ago by a woman by the name of Linda McNeil Kemp, and she was the brainchild behind it. And through her, the program has really just evolved. And we are now present in many different schools here on the Cape, and many different students have taken part in that program. And the types of art that the students decide to work with has also evolved over the last number of years too.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about Artworks, which is pairing a student with a artist in the community.
Yes.
And art can be several different things.
Absolutely.
So I've had a student
Yes.
in writing and journalism.
Mm-hmm.
Video is out
Right.
there. I've seen fashion.
Yep.
So tell us about how the student gets paired with a mentor.
When the application goes out in late June and again in September, we ask the students to select 3. And you brought up a good point, because art is what the student defines it. And because we allow the student to define it, art can be what they see it as, and it allows more students to participate. So we've had students take advantage of landscape design, we've had students do video gaming, and by allowing students to select their own vision of what art is, we allow more students to participate in the program. And not all of our high schools on the Cape have art programs. So, for example, I had a student this year who's a 10th grader at Cape Cod Tech, and when I received his application, he had checked off everything. And but the purpose of that was he really just wanted to work alongside a mentor, and he didn't necessarily care what he was working as long as he had that opportunity. And so I think the wider we open and cast that net, the more students that we can have enrolled in the program.
And when they get paired with a mentor, this isn't just that they're learning how to draw or they're learning how to paint or learning how to game. They're learning the business of art.
They're definitely learning all about the creative economy. And I think you brought up a really good point. oftentimes our mentors, they do own small businesses here on the Cape, and they are not only teaching them about their craft, but they're really teaching them what does it take to run a small business. They're really getting into the nitty-gritty of the small business here and showing them all about the creative economy. And even more importantly, they're showing what it takes to be a mentor. And that's really something that's so important to me. The kids hear me say time and time again, I'm not an artist, I'm a mentor. And that's something that I'm so passionate about. So it's very important to me that the students walk away with getting something about, learning about what it's all about to be a mentor and be a mentee, that relationship.
Right, and some of those relationships develop into these lifelong friendships.
Absolutely.
And open up other opportunities. I just want to point out that Carolyn Brott, who was mentored by Julia Coombs last year, went on a safari.
She did, and actually she's been mentored by her for 2 years, and they did. They went to Kenya, and as a matter of fact, she is having a solo exhibit tomorrow at the high school, at Barnstable High School, and it's all the pictures that she took when they were in Kenya. And she recently, Carolyn and Julia recently came to a youth council meeting and talked about their experience in Kenya, and it was amazing. But I think that's a perfect example of not only did Carolyn learn so much about photography, she really got so much more than that. It was really a perfect example of the mentoring relationship and what it is. But we have a lot of students who, especially this year, have already told me that they are looking to work with their mentor again next year. And that's really important. And I have had the opportunity not only to mentor a student 1 year, but 2 years. And you get so much out of that experience. I've gotten so much out of that experience.
That's a fantastic, and part of this whole program, the mentor relationship, but it's getting these kids ready for the real world.
Absolutely.
And part of that is the annual celebration of their art, which happens on May 9th, on Wednesday.
Yes.
This is just amazing.
Thrilled about it. And this is the third year we're going to be at the Higgins Gallery, which is on site at Cape Cod Community College. So it also solidifies our relationship with the community college, which I feel is so important. I'm almost afraid we're going to outgrow that site soon, but we're very thrilled to be there. And Jamie Wolfe is going to be hanging our exhibit this year. And so we're thrilled to see that as well. And once we're there, we're going to be traveling over to the Cultural Center on June 1st. We'll have an exhibit there, which again is a great site for us because so many of our mentors utilize that location for mentoring. And then this summer, which is something we haven't done, we're going to have smaller exhibits throughout the summer. We'll be over at Cape Cod Media Center, where, as you know, we were able to have several shows last year. And then we're also going to be at the new Mashpee Community Outreach Center. We're going to have a show there, which is awesome as well. So the students, especially our younger students, our sophomores and juniors, will have opportunities to engage in the program throughout the summer, which I feel is a really unique experience for them because they'll be able to not only to continue to engage with their mentor, but to continue to engage through the program as well. And with our sophomores, we've treated them a little bit differently. As you know, allowing sophomores to enroll in the program was new last year. And we had 3 last year, and this year we had 10. So it was a significant jump, but we treated them a little bit differently. Even just in communication, emails that went out, we always included not only the mentor and the student, but their parent, myself, sometimes even a teacher. And I visited them a lot more frequently to their site. So it was really just a way of ensuring that perhaps they'll enroll in the program again.
That's great. So it's May 9th is the exhibit. This is all the work that they have basically produced from, the year of mentoring. And the reception, what time does that start?
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock at the Higgins Gallery at Cape Cod Community College.
Yes.
Thanks so much, Kara.
Thank you for having me.
It's such a great program. I've been a mentor in the program. I highly encourage anyone else out there that's in the artist realm or in the creative realm. It doesn't have to always be something, but step up and take a kid for a year. It'll change your life.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kara. We're on the phone live with Wendy Northcross, CEO of the Cape Cod Chamber. Good morning, Wendy.
Good morning, Paula. How are you?
I'm well on this foggy morning, but you said West Barnstable's, it's all burned off.
It all burned off. It's a miracle.
It's a miracle. It also means that summer's coming when we see fog early in the morning, so a good
Yeah,
sign.
it was really pretty in the sunshine, but I think the sunshine did it in.
So this morning we're going to talk about a couple of things, but first off, the bridge work is done.
Yay! The bridge work is done on the Sagamore Bridge, but we have yet another bridge to go. So the Bourne Bridge, as you know, is slated for repairs in the fall, but we have put in an official request through our state representatives to Mass DOT to ask the Army Corps to push the Bourne Bridge off till next spring. And we haven't heard back yet, but we're hoping they do that. Our main concern really is, aside from it being September being an extremely busy month, it's also hurricane season, and it just seems more logical to put it off till spring if we can.
Right. Yeah, I didn't even really kind of realize the whole hurricane thing. If we had to evacuate, having a bridge in disrepair would be really problematic.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, I know when they did the repairs on the Sagamore Bridge, people were saying it was a very large hole that they opened, and so you just can't like throw sheet metal down. There's just things
Right.
you can't do to reopen the lanes. So yeah, so we'll let you know how that goes.
Excellent. So let's talk summer. Bridges are all ready and open for our visitors. And the first up, I think, let's see here, it's almost annual meeting time.
It is. So we are doing our annual meeting this year in Hyannis. We're doing it on the anniversary of D-Day. No coincidence, but we're using a little bit of a patriotic theme because it's June 6th. And we're doing it with the Steamship Authority, and we're going to do it pier side. We're going to be right on the docks, not getting on a boat, but we're gonna party on the pier, is what I'd like to say. But to be a bit more dignified, it's our summer social, but we also will conduct some business, elect some officers and directors, and just be glad that it's summer on Cape Cod. Almost summer.
Almost summer. Yeah, it's the weather's there, so we're starting to at least see no snow in the forecast now. So that's a good sign. And the annual meeting is always a great time for folks to kind of take their breath and get ready for the season.
Absolutely. We sort of report out on the year just passed because we go by a fiscal year that starts on July 1. So we're happy to report out on some pretty important things that got accomplished this year. We've got a hashtag watershed year. And we're going to talk about some of the things that we got accomplished this year after many, many years of working on water protection issues and short-term rental issues and some other things. So we're going to report out. We're going to do it in a very green way. We're not going to hand out a lot of paper or anything like that. Very light on speeches. But we're actually using a blackboard artist to create big blackboards that just kind of highlight some of the things, punctuate the ideas and accomplishments for the last year. So that'll all be, again, alongside the pier, under tents, under shelter. There'll be music, lots of food. And so we just put the announcement out this morning, and if people are interested in doing that, they can check our website and register because the registration will go quickly, I think, this year.
Wonderful. So we're right now, so that's your annual meeting, but then
Mm-hmm.
summer, that big summer event that we all look forward to. Doug the Quahog, the prognosticate, what is he going to say this year?
Right. Well, you got to come and find out because you never know what that crazy clam is going to say. Quite honestly, he's got a brain of his own. I'm telling you. So it is Quahog Day. It's going to be the 10th annual Quahog Day. We are celebrating it on the first day of summer, as always. And this year we're doing it in Sandwich. So, as you know, Johnny Quahog, who is the head of the Quahog Republic, he's the only human being in the world that understands Quahogese. So he has to get the word from Doug directly, and then he translates for us what the weather prediction is for the rest of the summer.
Well, we're hoping that that prediction is going to be a wonderful summer. We're looking forward to sunny weekends that the Chamber of Commerce will know that all the visitors will enjoy.
Well, he has been pretty right on. The only year that he blew his weather prediction was the first year. and we were ready to run him out of town. We were going to make chowder out of him, but he went into hiding. So he, when he resurrected himself the following spring and kind of begged his way back into our good graces, we said, all right, we'll give you another chance to predict the weather. So every year since, he has been spot on. He's been better than the meteorologist in Boston, the National Weather Service. I mean, I don't know what it is about hanging out in the bay, with all that salt water, but he's got the gift.
And people can come and enjoy this event, correct?
Yes, they can. So again, go to our website, capecodchamber.org, and look for the details. We'll be at the Pilot House. We have free entertainment. There's always free chowder. Doug gets a little squeamish about the free chowder, but there's things to eat. There's photo ops with Doug and Johnny Cohog. And this year, very excited to announce that our MC is Doug Meehan from WCVB Channel 5 in Boston. And most of you know Doug Meehan is a native Cape Codder, born and raised in Barnstable, and we're very excited that we have an MC named Doug talking to our Cohog named Doug.
He's a wonderful, wonderful person as well. I met him just recently at an event, and he was quite gracious, so I'm looking forward to the event, Wendy.
Well, the thing is, he does have a sense of humor, and sometimes our MCs are a little bowled over by how zany this event can be. So Doug will fit right in, and we're really looking forward to it. So yeah, tell all your viewers, check out the details. It's usually in the afternoon, mid-afternoon. So, it kind of leads to maybe a beer or a glass of wine or two, and just kick back, look out at the canal, and have a great afternoon.
Fantastic. Well, here's to the summer.
Thanks. Here's the summer.
Take care, Wendy.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye-bye. A slight rate increase for the transfer station, but more importantly, the swap shop is open. PJ Kelleher, Transfer Station and Recycling Center Supervisor, talks trash with us. We're out here at the transfer station in Barnstable with PJ Kelleher. It's finally swap shop season.
Yes, it is. It is. It opened up May 1st. They are open Tuesdays and Saturdays from 9 to 3 from now till the end of October.
Okay, so for Saturday that it was open, a little crazy?
It was crazy. The beginning of the season, people are bringing in all the knickknacks and small stuff that they're moving on to something else they bought for their house. So there's plenty of stuff available. It's plenty busy over there.
Staffed by DPW or no? It's all volunteers, right?
All staffed by volunteers. They do a wonderful job over there. They keep up with the pace, but just be mindful that on weather days, certain things like that, since they have volunteers, they might be closed. Feel free to call the office and ask. They open at 9, so we really don't know until about 9 o'clock.
So May 1st also signifies that stickers are on sale for the season.
Yes.
What do people need to know?
Sticker season began May 1st. The only change in any pricing was the first sticker for a household went up $10 to $250. Second sticker is still $25. The recycle only one is still free. They are available now 7 days a week, 7:30 to 3:30. The earlier you come in the season, the better, because the one you do have expires the end of June, June 30th.
So they can't get back in here if they've got an expired sticker, right?
Correct. After July 1st, their sticker is not valid. They'll need the new one in order to dispose of anything they want to come in and do.
Right. But I thought it was a really nice touch here is you do have little tools to take those old stickers off.
Yes, we do provide a razor blade with a handle to take off the old sticker. We're always willing to give a hand if people can't do it, for whatever reason. And we'll come out, help scrape it off. You can put the new one right in its place.
Right. And the earlier the better.
Earlier the better. Right now, it's not too busy as you come in. Around the end of June, beginning of July, it's going to be really busy in there. You could be waiting in the line for a little bit. There's only so many we can get through at a time. We only have 2 slots in the window. So please come early. Bring in your registration with you to show your address. And the other one is if it's a lease vehicle, bring the lease agreement with the registration.
Excellent. And we're talking right here at the recycling area. You got a couple of compactors coming in.
Yes, we had a CIP for a couple new compactors. We met with the company we're using the other day about the logistics behind it. We're going to be working with Structures and Grounds for the electrical part of it. And we're hoping by the end of May, we'll have them installed and up and running. it'll make it easier for residents when they come in. There'll be more open bays so they can throw their stuff out.
All right.
For recycling, they can just have it recycled.
All right. And you've got another Hazmat Day coming up as well,
yes,
right?
June 23rd. We had our first one in April. Next one comes up Saturday, June 23rd from 9 to noon. And the next two after that until August and September. So any household materials you're not sure of, everything from ant spray to gasoline, oil-based paints have to be brought in on that day. Bring them in. If you're not sure, bring it in and they'll figure it out. The company we contract out, we work in collaboration with Barnstable County, which they're a huge help for getting these programs going.
All right. And we also have the paint sheds open now too, right?
Paint shed opened up in April. It's kind of like a paint swap shop. People can bring in, it has to be latex to water-based only.
Okay.
Still has to be usable. Can has to be half full. You can bring it in, drop it off in the shed. If you want, you can always come in and take one. So it's just a swap shop for paint.
Excellent. And while we're here at the recycling center, let's just remind residents of what is recyclable and what's not.
Most items that you'll think of are recyclable. Some of the big ones that are not right now are styrofoam, tin foil, and plastic bags. There's a plastic bag ban in town. And one of the other ones that gets everyone, not really this time of year, is wrapping paper. Because of the lamination to get all those fancy designs on, they can't turn it into anything else. So that does end up in the trash, unfortunately.
Right. So we are single stream here in Barnstable?
Yes, we are still single stream, even with the fluctuations in the market. We're holding on to single stream, see where it ends up. It's still early in the changes we've seen. So we just ask everyone, the only thing we do separate is corrugated cardboard.
Okay.
Those are the Amazon boxes are a good example.
All right.
Those go in the bins on each end. We're looking to put one in the middle with the new compactors, because that's always a busy one with obviously deliveries people get.
Right.
But the other recycling, the only thing we're really looking for people to do with the changes in the market is to buy things that don't use as much packaging. We'll still recycle everything, but if you can reduce what you buy, the less packaging, the better, or buy things that you can reuse. Instead of buying a bunch of things with plastic bottles, glass bottles that you can reuse for storage of spices or put water in it or oils in it or things like that.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So anything else you need residents to know of? The dirt pile went really quick?
Yeah, the compost went quick this year with the late storms we had in the season. We did get behind a little on getting our screening process done. We are working on it, actively contacting contractors to come in and do it. We're going to be figuring it out. We'll be putting more out, but feel free to call and ask. Probably won't be for a couple weeks because it went really quick this year, the stuff we had left.
I think everybody was itching to get in the garden this past weekend.
Yeah, spring came fast on us.
Excellent. Well, thanks a lot, PJ.
All right,
Appreciate
thank you.
the update.
No problem.
Here's a quick look at a great event on our community calendar. Sturgis Library invites you to get your funk on at Family Funktifest, Saturday, May 12th, from 5 to 7 p.m. There will be a fantastic music by the fabulous Funktipus, food and beverages, dancing, games, silent auction, only for $10 for adults and teens. Children under 10 are free. Purchase tickets in advance at the door. This is a rain or shine event. In the case of rain, they'll move it indoors. You can get more information or advance tickets at sturgislibrary.org. Hyannis Artist Shanties are now open on the weekends. Browse among the colorful shanties featuring local artists who work and sell their wares right from their seaside studios. Artwork varies and includes painting, jewelry, sculpture, glass, ceramics, fiber, mariner knotwood, wood carving, and much more. Ocean Street and Harbor Overlook corner of Ocean and South Streets, Hyannis, support the creative economy this weekend. Artists change weekly. Just a few meetings left on the calendar this week. Old King Highway Historic District Committee is at 6:30 tonight at the West Barnstable Community Meeting Building, West Barnstable, and the Zoning Board of Appeals hearing, 7 p.m. at Town Hall or live on Channel 18. We hope you'll join us again Thursday for a Tick Talk with County Entomologist Larry Dapsis, news from the State House, Representative Will Crocker, and a look at Barnstable High School technology. In the spirit of mentorship, we leave you with this quote by Steven Spielberg. The delicate balance of mentoring someone is not creating them in your own image, but giving them the opportunity to create themselves. I'm Paula Hersey, and thank you for watching Barnstable Today. day.